Welcome back, 99.3 Nigeria Info. I'm Aghogho Oboh, and we have a big discussion. So we're going to stay with a story which we have been on from 3 p.m. up all the way till you had during the headline news as well as the business news. It is the hike in interest rates, and it's massive. And we're going to stay on this one because it will have implications, because the CBN has raised the interest rate to 15.5% from 14%. This, it says, it is to tame rising inflation. Our inflation has risen highest level in 17 years and stands at 20.52%. In July, the CBN had raised this interest rate from 14% to 14%, from 13.5% to 50 basis point before today's increase by 150 basis point. Joining us this evening for more is the Chief Executive Officer, Center for the Promotion of Private Enterprise, Muda Yusuf. Muda Yusuf was a former Director General of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Good to have you join us on the show, Mr. Yusuf. Muda Yusuf, are you there? All right, we'll try and reconnect with him. Appears that we've had this connection. I will get back to him straight away to help us shed some light. Don't forget, you can always join the conversation on 99.3 Nigeria Info on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM. You can send us messages also to 0809 597 5805. That's on WhatsApp only. 0809 597 5805. Let's see if we can reconnect with Muda Yusuf, and so that we can have a look at today's decision, where the two-day Monetary Policy Committee meeting voted to raise the MPR, which is the interest rate, to 15.5, increase the cash reserve ratio, it says, to a minimum of 32.5%, as well as retain liquidity ratio at 30%. So big decisions, and the things that is going to affect, like I was joking, we'll start to get letters from tomorrow telling us what the implications are for those who have borrowed at a certain rate. And the banks will remind you from tomorrow that this is going to be the implication. So how does that affect us? How does it affect us? And it's going to affect us in a lot of ways, and those are the ways we will be talking about. And just to quote the governor of the central bank, Godwin Emefiele, saying that the option of reducing the policy rate was not considered, as this will be gravely detrimental to reining in the inflation. But Muda Yusuf has joined us now. Muda Yusuf is the Chief Executive Officer, Center for the Promotion of Private Enterprise, and the immediate past Director General of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Great to have you, Dr. Yusuf, join us this evening.
Thank you very much. Good evening.
Excellent. This was a very busy day for you. And first and foremost, let's deal with this big story which has come from the monthly MPC. People I heard your first words, and you said you were shocked beyond speech. People had guessed that there was going to be an increase, but not by 150 basis points. So let's get your immediate reaction to the announcement by the governor of Central Bank on the increase in interest rates.
Well, I was personally shocked. Just as you said, I'm not too shocked by the increase or the movement, or by the degree of the movement. And I say this because in the policy space, I think policymakers need to be sensitive to developments in the economy. In the last two MPC meetings, we have seen a review of NPR. In May, it was reviewed by 150 basis points. In July, I think it was reviewed by another 100 basis points, which brought it to 14%. And if the objective was to reduce inflation or tame inflation, between then and now, I'm not sure that those movements in rates have impacted on inflation in any way that anybody can reckon with. Now, even only recently, the World Bank was cautioning the central banks across the world that they should be careful the way they push this interest rate theory or argument. And it's even more so in an economy like ours, where the linkage even between the financial system and the economy is not so deep. Private sector credit as a percentage of GDP in Nigeria is just about 12%. In many other economies, like South Africa, it's over 100%. In the advanced economies, it's over 200%. So when in those economies you want to now manipulate things by tinkering with interest rates, one can understand. But what is happening in our own situation is that these policy measures will only penalize investors, particularly investors that have exposure to banks. These are the people that will bear the brunt of this. As far as this measure curbing inflation is concerned, I'm not optimistic at all that this can have any significant effect on inflation. We have all done some studies around the key drivers of inflation.
Right.
The only monetary component that is fueling inflation is the one even coming directly from the CBN itself, which is the ways and means. Currently, ways and means is getting close to 20 trillion. That is the major monetary component. It is not the lending to private sector and all of this that is causing this. So it is those who are in the private sector, who are indebted to the banks, that will bear the brunt of this. And you know what the banks are.
Right.
Like tomorrow morning now, all those who are indebted to them will be getting notices of a review of interest rates. At this time of all times, we are talking about high energy costs. We are talking about cost of diesel. We are talking about exchange rate illiquidity. We are talking about exchange rate depreciation. We are talking about insecurity, which is fueling food inflation. These are issues.
When you, Dr. Yusuf, when you heard the CBN governor, I mean, he tried. I was watching him, and he tried to explain, saying that these are economic theories and measures in which inflation is dealt with. So they had no other option but to do this. And he said, in fact, to use his word, this aggressive way in which this has happened had to be followed through because of the available data before them. And it would have been inconceivable for them to have done anything else. Did it sound convincing to you by the measure and degree in which they've increased?
Certainly not. Certainly not. That's certainly not. I don't buy that argument, and that is why, even in managing an economy, and that is one of the shortcomings of this administration. We don't have a core economic policy group that will be respected by all the key agencies of government. That is a major problem. Because, we can do a study of the drivers of inflation. The CBN was sounding as if it has all the arsenal to deal with inflation, which is not valid. There's a limit to which monetary policy, particularly all this MPR, CRR, can curb inflation. That is the reality. I just mentioned the key drivers of inflation.
Right.
How many of it can the CBN policy check? Can this MPR or CRR bring down the cost of diesel? Can it correct the scarcity in the foreign exchange market? Can it curb the depreciation in the currency? Can it curb the problem of insecurity? Can it reduce the problem of transportation cost? These are the key issues. So rather than have a team of people managing the economy to address these fundamental issues.
Right.
Because it is investors that is bear the brunt of this.
Right. Well,
it's like making a scapegoat of those who have borrowed money from the bank.
Absolutely. In fact, we're going to come to that straight away for investors. Those of you who are listening and you're just hearing, the central bank has increased the monetary policy rate at the end of the MPC, which the governor of the central bank just announced, by 150 basis points. So basically 15.5% is what the central bank will lend to the banks. And the implications, which Dr. Muda Yusuf, former Director General of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, is helping us to deal with here. So many people don't understand the economic jargons, but they will understand one thing straight away by what has happened, Dr. Yusuf, in the loans that they have obtained from the banks. Please break it down for us.
Now, what will happen now, and the banks are very fast at things like this, because there has been this increase in interest as reflected in the NPR. The banks will now immediately communicate to those who are already indebted to them. Don't forget, many of these loan agreements, the interest rates are floating. They are not fixed for many of them. So there are clauses in those agreements that will say that the banks have the authority or to vary the rates as conditions demand. That is what is in those clauses. And once you take money from the bank, it's not easy for you to reverse yourself and say, okay, I don't need your money again, come and take it. Because you have used the money. So you have to be struggling with all of this. Before now, maximum lending rate has been getting close to 30%. And this is rates, mainly by SMEs. Prime lending rate too, between 23 to 25. That is what it has been. And when you are in an economy where investors are taking a hit from almost every direction,
right,
I think the less of this kind of additional burden we put on them, the better. Because we need them to create employment. We need them to be able to then make profit and pay taxes. We need them to build social harmony. Over the last few months, many of them have scaled down operations. Some of them have closed shop. In other countries, people are looking at how to mitigate the pains of these investors. It's a different thing if this policy was going to achieve that result.
Right.
You can say, okay, at least there will be a takeaway. But I am very sure that this is not going to bring down inflation. If you don't address all these critical issues. And on top of that,
right,
we have moved CRR from 27.5% to 32.5%.
Yes, talk to us about the implication, because I was listening to the governor, Gordon Emefiele, and he did have very strong words for the bank, saying that from Thursday they're going to go around and they could have measures which could mean that the banks who don't have their CRR, the new rate, may not have access to the foreign exchange market.
Yes, I also listened to him.
What exactly was he trying to hit at? Because
and first of all, let me even say this.
Right.
I think our regulators should also try to show courtesy to investors in this economy. That does not affect their powers. It doesn't take anything away from regulatory effectiveness. But they should show some courtesy when they are addressing investors in this economy or businesses that they have the privilege of regulating. I think that is very important, because I've seen this thing with quite a number of regulators. The way they address investors, the way it's not the best. Because we are all seeking the same objective. We are working towards the same goal, to build an economy that is viral, an economy that is sound, that is stable, that is robust, that will create employment for people. But when people, because they have the privilege of being regulated, begin to address people, we are talking of the banks. This policy is just coming out today. And look at the way the CBN governor was talking about how they will stop them from foreign exchange? How do we do this? I mean, I just think I needed to also point that out.
Good.
Secondly, CRR, even at 27.5%, and what that CRR means, let me explain to listeners.
Good.
Is that whatever deposit the bank gets, if 27.5% of it has to go to the CBN, or let me sterilize, I'm not even sure whether they pay interest on it. The whole idea is to constrain the capacity of the bank to be able to create credit. That is the objective. So that 27.5% has now been increased to 32.5%. So that means that if a bank has a deposit of 100 million,
good,
32.5 million of that deposit will have to go straight to the CBN. Don't forget, the bank will have to pay interest on the entire deposit.
Right.
So what is left is what the banks will do business with. So that is the logic or the principle of the CRR. But the point I was leading to is that even at 27.5%, the CRR is already extremely high. Because the function of a bank primarily is financial intermediation. Primarily. That is how a bank can support an economy. And what financial intermediation means is that you mobilize resources from the surplus end, that's those who have surplus to save, and you give it to those who need the money for investment. That is the primary role of a bank. So if you have a system where they are taking 32.5% of the deposit, already that is affecting the role of bank.
And Gordon Mefile says this is to mop up excess liquidity. And interestingly, he's also saying when he was asked the question, this so-called aggressive moves the CBN is taking follow the MPC, that it will reduce the interest, the inflation, which is the ultimate goal. How long, he said, between 2 to 3 months this will happen, even though he couldn't explain why the previous moves hadn't led to a drop in inflation. Is it being ambitious here or not facing the reality?
Well, we wait and see. I mean, 3 months will soon be here. But I don't think that will happen. Because we have not addressed the key drivers. For instance, one of the major problems causing this inflation is the illiquidity in the foreign exchange market.
Right.
Even though we have exchange rate officially at 425 or 430 or whatever, the operating rate for many businesses is close to 700 over that. It's a very big factor driving this inflation. But unfortunately, the CBN is not even addressing the policy shortcoming in the forex market. Because it has not even accepted that there's a problem. And that is why I worry about the whole ecosystem of managing the economy. If it doesn't accept, I mean, the president has an economic advisor. What is the view of the economic advisor on this? What is the view of the finance ministry on this? I mean, you cannot carry this economy, this autonomy of CBN too far. Somebody has to step into this because it's hurting the economy. Yes, we have issues with oil theft and all of that.
Right.
But if the policy space was better, it has been talking about RT 200 and all of that.
Right.
But if the policy environment was better, more foreign exchange will come into the system outside of oil. How do you get people to bring in their money at 425 into this economy?
Right.
How many people will bring it?
Does it concern you that the CBN governor doesn't foreclose on the possibility of, by the next NPC, he could also still increase the hike, saying that we still have some leeway when you compare the interest rate? He says... we
are talking about negative real interest rate.
Negative real interest rate, exactly.
Yes. I followed it. Of course, I'm concerned about that. I'm really concerned. Because it was sounding as if the only solution to deal with this inflation is the monetary policy instrument. That's the way he was sounding. So he doesn't mind if MPR rises up to maybe 20% or 20-something percent. But every economy has its own peculiarities. And we have to situate economic policy choices within the context of those peculiarities. That is the issue. I mean, you see all the dysfunctionality in the foreign exchange market, all the abuse that is taking place, and nobody is talking. I mean, it baffles me. Look at the margin.
Massive. Dr. Yusuf, I'm going to ask you to hold on, or we'll call you back because we'll go on a break. When we come back, we still have Dr. Muda Yusuf with us. I'm going to open the phone lines and get your reactions. He'll be kind enough to take a couple of questions and perhaps also ask him as the campaigns begin what the impact will be on the country's economy, because usually the economy takes passion during the campaign, and we hope that this is not one of those seasons. But Dr. Muda Yusuf, we'll get back to you.
All right.
Excellent. Go on a quick break, but just before we go on the break, Feta is in here, and I understand she has something for us. Feta.
Lagos. Now, this announcement is coming from Lucas Green. Lucas Green is saying that they have a highly discounted wardrobe makeover for men. So if you have 100,000 naira only, you will get a whole 13 items, which includes a suit, 3 kaftans, 3 tunics, 2 trousers, 1 shoe, and 1 sandal. This package will get you covered for all your events all year long, okay? It's a bespoke package. Your measurements will be taken, and you will have to choose your fabrics and designs before production. So if you're interested in this, all you have to do is call or send a DM now to 0703-286-7011. That is 0703-286-7011. Offer is highly limited, and it's on a first-come, first-served basis.
That was an infomercial.
When does he train? What time does he even wake up?
Breakfast time. No. He wakes up earlier, but when I give him Milo with breakfast, that's when I see that the champion in him is awake.
Don't just wake up your child. Wake up the champion in him. Let Milo Active Go and the natural goodness of malt, milk, and cocoa help wake up the champion in your child every day. Milo, energy to go further. Follow cash out for this Dangote bag of goodies season 3 and woof. Yes, so Just spell Dangote and you fit become multi-millionaire. Inside part 1, for one-time winning, buy bags of Dangote cement, carry the scratch card and win sharp prize. Inside part 2, to get star prize, carry the scratch card inside the bag, come spell DANGOTE. This one go confirm you to win 1 million naira cash. Chakam. And for part 3 will be the mega star prize. Carry the scratch card inside the bag, spell DANGOTE. Here, you fit win 5 million naira cash. Conquem. If you pick letter where Dangote Eagle day on top, make sure say you find letter O where carry Dangote Eagle logo. This awoof go end for October 31, 2022. Terms and conditions dey show.
You've got the world at your feet. Now you take control, oh, and it all revolves around you. With data effects, you can be sure that your trading go mature. Your investments are secure. And now you have a partner to make the world revolve around you. Data effects is always here for you. A partner to make the world revolve around you. Data effects is always here for you. Oh, 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 hey. Data effects is always here for you.
Set the pace for a great life with a reliable partner that allows you to focus on what matters most. Download the Okta FX trading app now.
It's time to take the lead.
Purpose is an automatic eliminator.
This September, join Dr. Darius Daniels, Pastor Kian Henderson, Bishop Wayne Malcolm, Pastor Ifeanyi Ade Farrison, and your host, Pastor Paul Ade Farrison, at the 2022 Word Conference at the Rock Cathedral, House on the Rock, Lekki, Lagos.
Until your purpose is discovered, you are unaware of your leadership.
Music by Dunsin Oyeko, Nathaniel Bassi, Ada Ehi, Moses Bliss, Mercy Chinwo, Onosario, Mr. M in Revelation, and Priya Odede. Time, 5 p.m. weekdays, 10 a.m. Saturday, and 9 a.m. Sunday. Remember, Thursday, 29th of September to Sunday, 2nd of October, at the Rock Cathedral, Lekki. House on the Rock, home for all.
This October, Business in Jakarta, Pleasure in Bali.
Join the Nigerian-Indonesian Chamber of Commerce and Industry.
Collaboration with Nigerian Investment Promotion Commission, NIPC, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and the Nigerian Export Promotion Council, NEPC, for the Nigerian-Indonesian Investment and Trade Forum in Indonesia. Date 17 to 27 October 2022. Registration covers visa fees, flight ticket, hotel accommodation 8 nights, airport transfers, complimentary breakfast. Who should attend? Businessmen and women, government officials, manufacturers, financial institutions, tourists, investors, members of chambers, distributors, retailers. Contact 081-8223-7726 or 081-6760-2292. Admin at NigerianIndonesianChamber.com. Terms and conditions apply. You are invited.
Oh yes! People have been winning, and you too can be a millionaire in the Dangote Bag of Goodies Season 3 promo.
Spell Dangote.
Yes! Spell Dangote and become a multi-millionaire. Category 1, instant win. Buy bags of Dangote cement. Pick up the scratch card and win an instant prize. Category 2, for the star prize, pick up the scratch card inside the bags to spell DANGOTE to win 1 million naira cash instantly. Category 3, the mega star prize. Pick out the scratch card inside the bags and spell DANGOTE and win 5 million naira instantly. When you pick an alphabet with an eagle, look out for letter O that has the Dangote Eagle logo for you to win the mega star prize. Promo runs till 31st October 2022. Terms and conditions apply.
The commute. Jasmine is running late for work, but she supports her immune system with Immune Active for whatever her day brings. Immune Active contains essential vitamins and minerals like vitamin C, zinc, and selenium that supports her immune system and keeps her active all day. Just another day at the office. Don't lose your guard. Activate your immune system with Immune Active. Available at all pharmacies nationwide and online at www.oaklifevitamins.com.
Are you an SME with products ready or will be ready for export? The Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency Agency of Nigeria, SMEDAN, is organizing a nationwide capacity building program for 740 SMEs on product branding and packaging. The key objective is for made in Nigeria products to become more competitive in the international market within the context of the African Continental Free Trade Area, AFCFTA. The training program will take place in these locations: Southeast Zone, Owerri; Southwest Zone, Lagos; North Central Zone, Abuja; Northeast Zone, Yola; Northwest Zone, Kano; South Zone, Benin City. A total of 740 small and medium enterprises to be empowered. If you are an SME and your products are ready for export or will be ready for export, please visit the SMEDAN website for more details. That's www.smedan.gov.ng.
Imagine a life with zero worries. Imagine a world where you're relaxed and free, where all your dreams
With Page Financial, you have zero worries when it's time to pay your bills, rent, school fees, and vacation. We'll be here making it easy for you.
Visit our website www.pagefinancials.com or call 017007243. Page Financials, taking you further.
People still they win, no. I bet you know what follow cash out for this Dangote bag of goodies season 3 and woof. Yes, so just spell Dangote and you fit become multi-millionaire. Inside part 1, for one-time winning, buy bags of Dangote cement, carry the scratch card and win sharp prize. Inside part 2, to get star prize, carry the scratch card inside the bag, come spell DANGOTE. This one go confirm you to win 1 million naira cash, chakam. And for part 3 will be the mega star prize. Carry the scratch card inside the bag, spell DANGOTE. Here, you fit win 5 million naira cash, conquem. If you pick letter where Dangote Eagle day on top, make sure say you find letter O where carry Dangote Eagle logo. This awoof go end for October 31, 2022. Terms and conditions dey show.
It's time to take the lead.
Purpose is an automatic eliminator.
This September, join Dr. Darius Daniels, Pastor Kian Henderson, Bishop Wayne Malcolm, Pastor Ifeanyi Ade Farrison, and your host, Pastor Paul Ade Farrison, at the 2022 Word Conference at the Rock Cathedral, House on the Rock, Lekki, Lagos.
Until your purpose is discovered, you are unaware of your leadership.
Music by Dunsin Oyekon, Nathaniel Bassi, Ada Ehi, Moses Bliss, Mercy Chinwo, Onosario, Mr. Emin Revelation, and Priya Odede. Time, 5 p.m. weekdays, 10 a.m. Saturday, and 9 a.m. Sunday. Remember, Thursday, 29th of September to Sunday, 2nd of October, at the Rock Cathedral, Lekki. House on the Rock, home for all.
What a decider! What a goal! From the boy wonder!
Mavis, this your son will be a football star. When does he train? What time does he even wake up?
Breakfast time. No. He wakes up earlier, but when I give him Milo with breakfast, that's when I see that the champion in him is awake.
Don't just wake up your child, wake up the champion in him. Let Milo Active Go and the natural goodness of malt, milk, and cocoa help wake up the champion in your child every day. Milo, energy to go further.
Make you believe I will plenty. You say if you follow enjoy the wonderment of the FIFA World Cup for Qatar with Coca-Cola. Summer any Coca-Cola product wey get white cover, check under the counter. You go see simple code, dial star 8014 star 1 star code hash to join. Make you sef get chance jollificate for free. You fit win a with all expense paid trip to the FIFA World Cup for Qatar. Hey! Even 250 million naira gidigba airtime also dey to win. Instanta. Terms and conditions dey sha o. Coca-Cola na the official partner of the FIFA World Cup. Na FCCPC approve this promo.
You summon the oracle now. Greetings, my king. How can the oracle serve you? You will tell me the secret to your power. How did that keke move without a driver? My secret is the power of 5G. Tell me more about the power of 5G. With hyper-fast internet speeds, low to zero lag and buffering, multiple connections and quality data sharing, 5G will give you amazing things like remote surgeries, self-driving vehicles, file downloads at 2 GB per second, smart homes, instant language translation, and so much more. 5G's amazing technology will change the way we experience life and the internet. Get ready to encounter the incredible. And remember, no be juju, now MTN 5G.
The FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 is here. Excitement is in the air. You've been waiting for this, and now it's time to experience it. You could win a trip to the FIFA World Cup plus other amazing prizes when you spend a minimum of 50,000 naira monthly or $1,000 with a Visa card in at least 5 transactions. Get ready. Football lives here wherever you apply. Visit visa.com.ng for more. Visa, official sponsor of the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022.
Mommy.
What is it?
I made it. I had 260 in my job.
Wow. Here is a lifetime opportunity. The proprietor of Dominican University, Ibadan, offers scholarship to incoming 100 level students to mark 10th anniversary of late Reverend Father Professor Joseph Kenny, OP. Offer opens from September 2022. Enroll today. For inquiry, please call 0703-805-0100 or 0703-958-7413. Visit Dominican University Ibadan website www.dui.edu.ng. Dominican University. The future is here.
Sure, you wanna feel that boost? Allow me to introduce Amber Energy Drink. No more shutting down, we're going up. Oh yeah, get ready, stimulate your energy. Amber now for energy. Go around, tell somebody. Oh yeah, get ready, stimulate your energy. Amber now for energy. Go around, tell somebody. Say, what are you waiting for? Yeah, now you can do more because Amber Energy Drink there for you. Amber Energy Drink there for you. No need to go too far, you can find it where you are because Amber Energy Drink there for you. Amber Energy Drink there for you. Amber there for you. Amber there for you.
Amber Energy Drink. Stimulate the energy in you.
I did go where everything is possible. On my way, nothing can hold me back. I did go, kulele, kulele. On my way, to my next level with Aghogho.
They push and they go. Not tire until die your hustle blow. Lakasera, make nothing stop you.
It's time to take the lead.
Purpose is an automatic eliminator.
This September, join Dr. Darius Daniels, Pastor Kian Henderson, Bishop Wayne Malcolm, Pastor Ifeanyi Ade Farrison, and your host, Pastor Paul Ade Farrison, at the 2022 Word Conference at the Rock Cathedral, House on the Rock, Lekki, Lagos.
Until your purpose is discovered, you are unaware of your leadership.
Music by Dunsin Oyeko, Nathaniel Bassi, Ada Ehi, Moses Bliss, Mercy Chinro, Onosario, Mr. M in Revelation, and Priyo Dede. Time 5 p.m. weekdays, 10 a.m. Saturday, and 9 a.m. Sunday. Remember, Thursday, 29th of September to Sunday, 2nd of October at the Rock Cathedral, Lekki. House on the Rock, home for all.
Guy, what's with these traveling bags? Have you joined the Japa train?
Haven't you heard? Zenith Bank and Visa Card are taking 3 lucky card holders to watch the World Cup live in Qatar.
Really? How?
Just spend up to $1,000 or 500,000 naira 4 times and you qualify for the draw. $100 or 50,000 naira 4 times in a month also qualifies you for monthly draws for other prizes. Promo runs from 22nd August to 31st December 2022 and is open to new and existing Visa card holders. T's and C's apply. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
Listen to this to understand the amazing power of 5G. Oops. Sorry, I played that at 5G speed. Now, here it is at a speed you're used to.
With hyperfast internet speed, low to zero lag and buffering, multiple connections, and quality data sharing, 5G will give us amazing things like remote surgeries, self-driving vehicles, smart homes, 2 gigabytes per second downloads.
Get ready to experience the incredible. And remember, no be juju, now MTN 5G.
Babe, that girl dey use something. Which kind something be that? Take am now. See how she dey always dey smile. I know wetin she dey use. And she dey use am 2 times a day. Peruse me her secret. ABZ na the secret. Close up get antibacterial zinc. ABZ wey go give you 3 times more protection, 3 times more freshness, pass your normal toothpaste. Chai! Everybody must hear am. Yes, so. New Close Up with antibacterial zinc. Triple the protection, triple the freshness.
Milo! When the world
looks at my child, they just see an energetic 8-year-old. But I see more. My Lucy is going to become captain of our school volleyball team, keep excelling in class, and do great things one day. I see a champion. So when I give her Milo with her breakfast every day, it's all part of waking up that champion in her.
Don't just wake up your child, wake up the champion in her. Let Milo Active Go and the natural goodness of malt, milk, and cocoa help wake up the champion in your child every day. Milo, energy to go further.
Push am dey go, not tire until die your hustle blow. Lakasera, make nothing stop you.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
Your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. This is Hard Facts.
Right, welcome back, and that was long, but we go into the second half, and very quickly, in case you're just joining in, and this is the aftermath of the Central Bank of Nigeria's decision to raise interest rate to 15.5%, unprecedented. That's what Dr. Muda Yusuf says. Shocking. I've just gone to check my mail to see whether I have any of those bank messages that have come in yet. Dr. Muda Yusuf, Chief Executive Officer, Center for Promotion of Private Enterprise, and Director General of the Lagos, former Director General rather of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Dr. Yusuf. All right, we'll call him back and then get his reactions. But we're also taking reactions this remainder of the show. The number to send messages on 0809 597 5805. Again, 0809 597 5805 is where you can send messages on social media at Nigeria Info FM. Quite a number of you expressing your opinion already on social media. There's anger, of course, a number of people here. APC have killed investors, and it will increase unemployment, lead to the economic downturn. Emefiele and CBN don't know what is right, doing what is wrong. Joy forever on Twitter. Still getting messages in. Sonny Alex writes, increase in interest rate by CBN 15.5% is another stage of adding to the hardship and challenges facing the economy, which no business can strive under the rise in interest rate. They want to squeeze lives out of the innocent citizens before they hand over the government? Question. Steve Osadumi says that ridiculous. How did we get here? Poor monetary and fiscal policy, worsening scenario day in, day out, poor and unprofessional approach. That's not chasing good standards of living. You increase these things and only high and powerful cash out. Nigerians pay the brunt. Thank you for your message. All right. So those are the messages I got here on WhatsApp. I'll get to those messages shortly. You can call in also too, 0700 rather, 993. Again, 0700 993. How is this going to affect you? If you've taken monies, if you've borrowed from the bank, this will hit you according to the experts. And there will be reactions, I can imagine, beginning from tomorrow from a number of people, investors, how this is going to affect them. Let me go to the phone lines. Hello and good evening.
Hello.
Great to have you join us. Yes.
Good evening. Good evening, sir.
Great. What's your name, please, and where are you calling from?
My name is Pastor Samuel from Aghogho.
All right, Pastor Samuel, go ahead quickly.
Thank you very much. Please, my take on this is that it's under Mr. Emefiele of CBN governor.
Right.
The whole economy has crashed. So they are not performing at all. It's better he resigns from that seat. That is the bottom line, because there is nothing they can do to salvage the economy, given the methods they have been applying. So whether they increase the interest rates to 15.5% or one thing or the other, the bottom line is that they cannot continue. They cannot continue. They cannot salvage the economy. So under him, the economy has performed woefully. So let him resign. That's just the best thing. Let him resign and let another take over.
All right. Thank you very much. Thumbs down for Godwin Emefiele saying that he hasn't handled the monetary policy well. Please, which university or business school did our central bank governor attend again? Biko Desmond from Aja. Maybe one of his alumni will call in. Hello and good evening.
You're crazy.
What? I wonder who this is. Let's go to Skype. I see someone calling in. Femi. Hello and good evening.
Hello, good evening, Chef Marco.
Hey, Makushi. Where are you calling from, please?
My name is. I'm calling from Dallas, Texas.
Oh, excellent. Go ahead quickly, Femi.
Yeah, please. I only have a simple question. Should we also ask China to just suddenly increase the interest rates the government borrowed load from them suddenly? You understand what I'm trying to say? Because it's quite unfair to borrowers.
Yeah.
That's the only question I have. That's my take. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I guess a rhetorical question too. What happens to people who intend to go borrow money now? When you think about the cost of borrowing, you do the mathematics and ask yourself where you will be at the end of the tenor. Hello and good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good. Move away from the device quickly you're listening to.
Okay. Good evening, sir.
Great. Go ahead. We can hear you.
Yeah, you see, I think the CBN, in collaboration with some commercial banks, let me put it that way, or money investors, are wanting to take advantage of the political parties that the politicians that may have borrowed money or wanting to borrow money. Because it's saying it's for 3 months. So it's like borrowing those who had borrowed money, we have no choice than to pay interest of that high. You understand? Even though he failed to realize that the effect on it on the economy will be very, very disastrous because inflation rate is high now. Most folks can't survive. The present one, and it's now increasing it. So, like the Manufacturer Association representative said, but none of them that had taken loan will not suffer this. And the loan, the interest rate will now go straight on the economy.
And the consumers.
I'm going to solve that. You see, Emefiele should sit back. He's a one-sided man. He's not thinking rightly. I'm sorry. He's not. I'm sorry. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Your opinion, I don't think you should be sorry if you think it's... economists even argue among themselves which theory works. He's insisted this is what others are doing, and that's why he's following through. It's just the danger that the next MPC could happen and they will increase again. Nigeria's already gone because of bad money policies. Chidi Ahukwe from Agulegba says. Among other issues, Kazim from Ejigbo writes, another issue I have with Mr. Emefiele is his arrogance. All right. A lot of people taking... Not happy with the way he spoke about the banks, saying that they would have to move the cash reserve ratio to 32.5%, just like Mudia Yusuf meant. It means they're going to mop up money from the system and then hand back to the central bank in a way that people cannot access money and then go back and begin to sell naira to stock up dollars. But the question a lot of people have asked but there's dollar scarcity, by the way. So where are they even going to get the dollar in the first instance from? But it's the opening of the conversation, and there will be several angles to this. Let's see where it takes us to. On the Big Hat Fact, we have the news at the top of the hour, and the finest sports gang is in from 7. There are international matches I can imagine happening. I hear the Super Eagles even have a friendly game against Algeria later on. I'm sure they'll give us coverage on that one. Otherwise, thank you very much for joining in, and do have yourself a lovely, lovely evening. We'll be back again tomorrow, and just listen to all our bulletins at 6 also to keep you updated with the things that are happening. 99.3 Nigeria Info, and I say, yalla, 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 everyone.
Talk is what we do.
You know, the youth of Nigeria have historically been apathetic towards the electoral process. There's no way for the youth to participate in mainstream fields like oil and gas, banking, and so on. The youth are actively excluded from those fields. And so we just created our own way in tech.
Informed analysis, reliable, accurate.
We actually advocate you get your eyes checked at least once a year. When you go for an eye check, the routine things they check, they do for you is to check your visual acuity. Visual acuity is how good you see. A lot of us don't actually know that we don't see so well. But because, like I said earlier, we can count money, we think we're doing very well.
Your number one station for talk, 99.3 Nigeria Info.